Do you think you have to be an AI genius to be an AI consultant? You don't. I'm going to show you how to become an AI consultant, what you could do and how you can help other people, and the new product that I have created to help you have that in your dashboard, have everything you need to be an AI consultant on day one within minutes, not months. So first I'm going to show you this product, and then I'm going to show you how, as an example, you can just do this on your own. Okay. So first of all, this is the AI Consultant OS. So launch your AI consulting business in days, not months. It's part of my plug and profit suite of products. So basically a business in a box, right? You just get everything you need. And each of these are a business in a box. So you see all the different titles here on the screen, and you see the prices are like ridiculously low. I'm doing that on purpose right now. I'm doing that on purpose because I'm testing out a couple of things and I want you to get the best rate that you can. And if it, I'll just tell you what I'm doing because I think it'll help you in your marketing. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a viral product. So this is a suite of products. So different people are getting this, like Prompt OS, which is a prompt shop in a box. People are getting that, in droves, 600 people in like a month, basically. And then I have my newer ones, Wellness CEO OS, which is very, very cool if you're into wellness. And then I have these other ones, and now I have AI Consult OS, basically. And if I can get like 1,000 people to have these, some people are getting like all five of them. Some people are getting three or four, mixing and matching. Some people are getting one because they're targeted. They know I want to use that one. If I can have 1,000 people sign up in a very short amount of time over the next few weeks, which is we're already 600 plus there, then for me, I'll have so much feedback and so many testimonials and so many examples of people like winning and getting progress and having progress that it will then become where I will raise the prices. And having the prices raised will make sense to people because if you're just learning about this, you may not quite understand the value. But having 1,000 people test it out at these rates helps other people in the future. Just like, all the information is there. So that's what I'm doing behind the scenes. So this is part of that suite. And if you've ever thought about becoming an AI consultant or ever heard about it before and you were like, oh, I wonder what it takes to do that, let me know in the comments right now. I imagine if you clicked on this video based on the title and the thumbnail, you are interested in this topic. And it may be that you didn't realize you could be an AI consultant because you don't feel like you're advanced enough or you know enough or you have to know code and things like that. But you really don't. You don't have to know any of that stuff. You just have to have a couple of things going for you. One thing is you are willing to continuously learn. So you're willing to research, play around with things like ChatGPT and Lovable, if you can get into that, because that's what I do, and really can build some things that way. I built this page with Lovable. I built this page with Lovable, right? Just with some prompts. So if you're willing to test and experiment and learn, then you are like 80% of the way of being somebody who can be an AI consultant. And you can, if you're like, you know what? I'm definitely open to having a paid account on ChatGPT. That's $20 a month, and having a paid $20 a month Lovable, and having a couple other things like Pixels and this and that. Because in order to be able to be someone who can charge someone else hundreds and probably even thousands of dollars each, you have to invest some in yourself and you have to invest in the consulting biz, right? So you have to be willing to do those things. And honestly, once you do that, you're really off to the races. Now, what I've done here is so my friend Nicole McCain, I brought her into my ecosystem a few months ago because we had this great interview here on YouTube. And she just, opened my mind a lot about AI. I had just started getting into it in earnest, like I'd been using it for 2 years plus, but I had really started being like, oh, this is it. And she was just using it in such practical ways and explaining it to people. So I brought her in. She's been teaching memberships. You probably know her if you're in Your First 5K or Arlan's All Access. And then we did a course together. So we did an AI course together. And one of the sections is about AI consulting. Now, if you're interested in that course, by the way, you get access to it on my Stand store or you get access through this product. So what I did was when I launched this, which happened recently, this plug and profit business, I put out a call and I said, look, who in my of my members, who has something you'd like for me to make? Tell me and fill out this form. So I put a form out and people filled it out. And I might put that form in the description below. Check it out and see if I did. And people could say, oh, I want you to build, something about wellness, being a wellness CEO, something for that, or something around YouTube, da da da. So I would build it. So it's a combination of the things that I built and researched, and it's a combination of what has been requested. Now, a lot of people have requested, but not all of them are being made. It's the ones that I think, oh, yeah, more than one person would like that. And when it came to AI consulting, I had several people reach out and say, can you do something about AI agencies, AI, this, and that, automations, things like that. So I put together this, which Nicole walks you through for the first couple minutes here, what AI consulting is and who can be one. But basically you get all of this. So you get automation workflows. So you get all of the things that you would need to help someone else, help your client. You get a client delivery operating system. So you get a dashboard that helps you know what to deliver to your client. You get sales scripts, email templates, how to close clients, meaning how to sell to them and like actually make the sale. You get like promotion, lead generation, it's just promotion, marketing, that kind of thing. So you get all of that and more. And it goes on. So let me just show you what I mean. So the reason I think I got so many requests for this, I get it, right, is because AI is here. And you know that with my prompt shop in a box, I don't make it a secret that I am all about these prompts that I think, I'm showing it here on the screen. I think that prompts are the future of what the majority of you and I are going to be doing to help other people, the money that we're going to be making, et cetera. And we know it's here. We know it's not coming. It's not around the corner. It's not the future. It is now and it is here. And yet, so many people around us don't really know how to use AI to its full potential. And there are things that I can tell that that's the case because they ask certain questions that tell you, oh, they don't know about Lovable. Oh, they don't know about Notion AI. Oh, they don't know about ChatGPT deep research. Now, I just said three different ones. If you wanted to, pardon me, if you wanted to, all you would have to do is pause, rewind, put the closed caption on, and see what I said, and then research those. And some people will do that, but more people will not. Why? Because it's inconvenient potentially, because it may not be of interest, because they may not think that it's for them, that they know how to do it or they could be taught, because it's a foreign language and it's like, I don't know that I can do that. I don't know that I have the initiative to do that. They just may not be interested, right? There are multiple reasons that a few of us do the research, figure the stuff out, and make the connection, and why most others do not. So if you found yourself saying, well, I'm the one that would make that connection, I'm the one who, when I hear a term that I don't understand, I instantly look it up. I go to ChatGPT or to YouTube or ask somebody or do old fashioned looking through things and reading. I'm going to be that one out of however many. If you said that about yourself, especially when it comes to AI, you are probably the type of person who should be guiding others. Now, I talked about in my other videos how prompts are essentially like a recipe. And that's why I think, being a guide in that way, selling people prompts that make their lives just copy paste easy for that task. I think that is a major, major deal. And if you want to go a step further and you are someone who look at this rate, $39 right now. Someone's going to see this when it is back up to the 999 and be like, "What in the heck?" But you're still going to get it because it's so worth it. Okay, the reason that this takes you to the next level is that it has all of these things in it that help you help other people in a more holistic way. So you could um, absolutely sell them a prompt, which so many people are doing, and the prompt helps them, like blows them away. They're like, "Whoa, it made this sales page for me," or it like gave me this automation. It's like, "Oh my gosh, it helped me understand." Or it like gave me the answer to something that's going to help me plan 30 days of content or my next steps. All of that is so hyper valuable. But there's another layer. So I'm going to take this moment for a moment before I get into the next steps of how you can start your AI consultant agency. And I'm going to say to you that if this feels overwhelming to you or feels like a distraction to you, it feels like, oh no, one more thing I have to learn, instead of, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I can't believe I'm getting all of this. Then this is probably where you should stop the video. And you know, I don't want people stopping the video because of retention, but it's just so true. I want to be super honest with you. I do not want to cause you distraction or disturbance. I do not want you to be overwhelmed when I put stuff out because I put up so much. I make one or two different products or landing pages or resources every day, 50 per month. You cannot keep up with that, and you're not supposed to. So this is for the people, the few people who it does resonate with. Okay. So let's make that agreement right now that you're like, I'm going to let somebody else do this particular one. Okay. So now for those of you who are like, if you're saying to yourself, I need to hear more. I need to understand. How can I do this? And not only how can I do this, but not like 3 months from now, and I start working on it now. It's how can I do it where I join this for $39 if you're seeing it in the right time. And then 48 hours later, I'm already out there selling. I'm already out there promoting. I'll tell you. So, first of all, you just go to the link in the description. I have this page linked. I'll probably try to link this directly, but all you do is click on this button, get consult. And then you just sign up. You get an immediate email that gives you access immediately to your dashboard, and you're off to the races. Now, let's go over the Chat GPT because I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. So we're in Chat GPT 5.1. I'm really loving this model. I know it has some flaws, but I'm loving it. I really am. It's making it more fun for me. It's making it fun to use ChatGPT again, if I'm being honest. Okay, so what we're going to say is, tell me 3 types of automations or tools that I could set that, let me say this, that a beginner entrepreneur could sell to other entrepreneurs. I'm going to say AI, that would help them. And that could be spun up on Lovable. So I'm just going to say this just to get us started. You could do this prompt if you want to. And then it'll take you kind of through, all kinds of things. But I'm just going to show you an example. So the first thing it says is an AI lead magnet generator. Type in their niche, their audience, their desired outcome. The tool outputs a finished PDF lead magnet. So it makes a lead magnet for them. Think about how many times you've heard about lead magnets and you're like, oh, cool, I would love to have a lead magnet. What should it be? So this is saying this would be the thing you would sell the ability to make lead magnets. Okay, everybody needs to build their list and this helps them do it. Another one would be an AI social content engine done for you weekly calendar. Another one would be an AI offer optimizer, turns someone's idea into a 5K offer. Now, ChatGPT is using my background, to influence it, but these are really solid. So let's just take the first one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to go over to Lovable. And I have a paid membership. I have a paid account on both ChatGPT. I have like a $300 a month on ChatGPT and a $300 a month on Lovable. They both have $20 a month versions that can do this too. I just do it in such volume. That's why I have the more expensive ones. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna paste that. Well, first I'm gonna say build me, and then I'm gonna put a colon, and I'm gonna just press return. I didn't even like read the whole thing, but what I'm trying to do is just show you that these steps that I've already taken, going to ChatGPT, asking it this question, tell me these automations or tools, getting the answers and then deciding on one, or deciding, hey, I don't know if these are great. Let's say, okay, three more. Let's see if we do three more, see what more, like asking it for more, researching, and then coming over here to Lovable, putting in this prompt. And in a minute, there's going to be like a page that we can get started with. It's going to take so little time. It's ridiculous. Doing that, okay, sequence builder, etc., landing page copywriter, customer avatar builder, etc. Just this process that I'm doing right now is more than like 99.9% of humans will do. I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm saying they either don't know to do it, think that they cannot do it, or have no interest in it. You know what I'm saying? Like there are some people who are like, "Oh, that seems so simple." But who's going to do it? If you are like I said, if you're the one who's like, "Yeah, I'm already typing in my prompt right now." You are the person who could sell this to the others who won't. You see what I'm saying? And it's just one example. So if you go back over here, let's see how far Lovable is. I mean, honestly, it's been like, what, 90 seconds? I don't even know how long it's been. It's going to spin up something in just like another minute or so. And when it spins something up as the foundation, you, of course, go back in there, you tweak the words, you can either type in, hey, do this, or you can click on it and have it change and stuff. You're going to tweak the implementation. Like it may need to have some sort of buttons that click somewhere or some sort of sign in or whatever. You're going to work with it. It's not like it happens in 5 minutes and then it's ready to put out into the world, but it's pretty close. And what you can do with that is you can go through and say, okay, I'm going to have a service that's an AI consultant service where I help people with their lead magnets, like creating lead magnets. That's what I'm going to do all day long. I'm going to promote that. I'm going to have content about that all day long. That's what I'm doing. And then you charge people a few $100s or even more to be their lead magnet guru. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Now, I'm biased towards purple, but this is gorgeous. What is this? Create professional lead magnets in seconds. Transform your niche and audience into a polished PDF lead magnet, complete with design, content, and calls to action. No writing required. Let's see if it even has the examples. Doesn't seem like it has that. Then it says, doesn't have the examples, so you would just talk to it and say, okay, make some examples. But then it says, generate your lead magnet, and it gives you this. I'm impressed with this. So like, think about, so I want to take you back here. The reason you would get this, right, is because I just showed you one example that I'm going to kind of show you the rest of in a second. This gives you everything you need on the back end to not only do what I just did, but to have like the onboarding documents. Okay, now I have a customer. This is the document that they can fill in to say that we have a signed document that we're working together. This is the email I can send them when they first start. These are the steps I take when I'm doing an intake interview. Like everything you need on the back end is there, plus promotions, plus XYZ. So you basically have your business in a box. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm doing this. It's a business in a box. It's plug and profit. So you just get this for this small amount of money and you have all these things and now you don't have to worry about this part of it and you can get really creative. So let's go back over here and just kind of go through this. And imagine what I was saying before was like you're someone, you're like, okay, I'm just going to go all in. Like one of your options could be, I'm just going to go all in on one type of AI automation. And that is what I'm going to sell to customers and clients. So a client may come to you and say, you might put up a page, which I have all of that, basically have all the sales page stuff. You have a sales page prompt, you have pricing, all of that you can have in there. So let's say you charge $250, 350, 1,000 to make 3 robust lead magnets for someone, a solopreneur, and you make it for them. They don't have to do anything. You make it for them. What you could do with this is you don't even have to give them this. You could do like an intake form because they don't know you have this on the back end, and then have them answer these questions. And then you type niche, let's just say real estate, target audience is busy professionals, and then desired outcome, build my email list. So there's a checklist, cheat sheet, mini guide. Now remember, I have not done any like true back end stuff. So I don't know what this is going to do, but you just talk to it for another 30 minutes and it's going to make something awesome. But look at this. I know people say in the comments that I get so giddy. I am super giddy right now. Look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. So like, let me see what the downloaded PDF looks like because I don't know if that's going to be ready to go. Is that ready to go? Doesn't look like it's moving. But all I have to do is say, make the PDFs work. Then I can edit it, can come in here and edit it. So let's say you did that, right? So again, you had this front-facing page. This is not published anywhere, right? You had this front-facing sales page that you got from the AI consulting biz. I didn't call it an agency, although I kind of started off that way because like, I don't want this to be this thing that's so cumbersome to you where you have to build an entire agency, but you could think of it like that. Okay. But let's just say, again, this is one example of many ways you could do this. You have a sales page that says for $300, I will make 3 lead magnets for you. And you explain what a lead magnet is and how it's so helpful and how it's going to, help people build their list and potentially make money. And then when people buy that, let's say you email them a little Google form and it says, fill out this information. And it's literally this. And then you get that in your email and you get, okay, cool. I got a sale. I'm going to type this in. And then you generate it. And then you generate it. And then you go in and you edit it. You go in and you edit it. And you kind of edit it for tweaks and, nuance. This is crazy. And then you download it and then you send it back to them and you send them the 3 different ones. Now this is, just keep in mind, because I know somebody's going to say something smart. Keep in mind, I would take another hour, 2 hours tweaking this so that this foundation is like on point. It may give like pages, may do eBooks, and the mini guides may be 10 pages long. It may have different options for, maybe 6 more options for lead magnets and stuff. This is just the foundation in 5 minutes. So that's one way you could do it. And then now you are someone who is using AI to help somebody else. Now, this is a very almost simple version of it. Another thing you could do is something even more complex. So you could say, look, okay, so like this email sequence builder, that's another one. And the prompt shop in a box, by the way, will help you with this too, like in more. So let's say, okay, I want to do one. I'll say, great. I want to do one that is a little more complex and nuanced. Let's see. What are options? And let's just see what it says. Just super simple prompt here. And let me just tell you, if you have both of these together, the prompt shop in a box where you can make unlimited prompts, and you have the agent, the consult. I may change it back to agency. We'll see. At the same time, it's over, right? Okay. AI offer plus funnel blueprint designer. That's interesting. AI curriculum and program designer. AI systems architect. Now we're talking. This is where we're talking about. Now, I will tell you, inside of this one, you get a lot of this. You get a lot of this, okay? So, let's say AI ads and targeting, AI brand analyst and transformation engine. Wow. High ticket offer clarity engine, roadmap, positioning and differentiating. Let me go back to this one. And let's say that I wanted to have uh onboarding manuals. Okay, so I like this one. Let's say I'm going to go back here. And the reason I'm able to do so many of these and test it is because I do pay $300 a month. And so I get a ton of credits, but I do that so that you don't have to. So I can do this, and then you can just buy the $39 or the $99 versions one time. It's a one-time payment, and I take on the cost of the rest. Okay, so create, let me see what it says, onboarding manuals. A dashboard that generates onboarding manuals for, let's call it plumbers. Let's not say plumbers. Let's say concrete pouring companies. Okay? This is so specific. I'm just gonna and I'm gonna say make it robust and very valuable. I don't know what that's gonna say mean to it, but it's gonna do that. The reason I chose onboarding manuals and concrete pours is because both of them make you want to go to sleep, right? When you think about it, and the combined, super sleepy. But I want you to think about, let's go back to this one and say, confuse it a little bit and say, how many concrete pouring companies are there in the US? I want you to think about this. This is why I chose this one. Well, that's spinning up that one. 91,690 concrete contractor businesses in the US in 2024. So almost 100,000. Let's call it 90,000. 90,000. And let's say that you are able to put together, and again, these are just examples, so I hope you're not taking me too literally. I want you to just see that you pick a couple of boring things and you match them together and it makes money. So you say, and let's just say that some of those, well, all of them need onboarding materials, right? But let's just say like half of them have those, like they got it set. Let's say that the other, another half of a half is not reachable, or then they're not interested. And let's just say you now have like 22,000 concrete businesses in the US, a fourth of them who you could actually target because you've gone through and said, well, like half of them, I've done a survey of 20 and half of them were not interested or already had their thing. Another half of that, like another quarter was like, I couldn't even get in touch with them. But then there were 5 out of those 20 who were interested. So let's say you have 22,000 now concrete contractor businesses, and they love pouring concrete, and that's all they want to do is make money and pour concrete. So they would love to have some sort of automation that makes their life easier. And this is not even all of the automations you could do. Seriously, this is just like one kind of low-hanging fruit. It's calling the Pour Plan Pro. Okay, let's see if we can, let's see what it came up with. So this is the dashboard. Look at this dashboard. Okay, so let's see what it create manual. Let's see if it has that pre-built, my Texan is coming out. Let me come back here and see what we have here. Templates. There's not, okay, let me just say it's doing a 404 error for these pages. Let's just see what happens there. But let's just say you spent 4 hours working with this, and I know that sounds like a lot, but it's nothing compared to the months and months or years it would take to do this in the past. Okay? So let's just say on a weekend you take 4 hours. You do what I do. You take 4 hours and you vibe code. That's what they call it, vibe coding. You give it a premise and then you build and build and build and you get it to where you want it. And again, this is not something you're necessarily posting. This is the backhand that you use. And then let's say, okay, let's say, let me ask it. Make the create manual and templates active and working. Okay, and then, so you say you have 22,000 or so. And if, okay, if this is making sense and you're like on the edge of your seat, please let me know in the comments that, like, you're still here, first of all. So I know it's making sense to you, but like, let me know in the comments if this is starting to give you some ideas. And also let me know in the comments if you ran but didn't walk over to get this, because this is just going to light up your life. Okay. Um, okay. 22,000 just in the US alone. And you have this thing where you can create onboarding manuals for them. And it gets better and better and better as you use it because you learn more, you get more feedback, and you just have these. I don't know how much you could charge for that. Let me ask ChatGPT what it thinks you could charge for that. How much could I charge for onboarding manuals, concrete contractor businesses in the US? Give me a couple of options. Let's see what it says. I'm thinking like $1,000, but let's see if it tells me. But this is what you could do. And if you want to go further with it, you could do deep research and find out what people are actually charging. So it says, and the option is 297 to 497. Okay? And it has all this stuff with it, which you could easily just copy this and put it over there on Lovable. Who buys this? Small 2 to 10 person concrete companies who want to look more official fast. And then there's a 997 to 1497 version, which is one I was thinking of. That's a full company playbook and editable files, which you could also spin up. And then there's even more. There's a 2500 to 5000 done for you. Now, I was already thinking done for you. I'm already thinking done for you, right? So look at this. So let's just say that the one that you come up with is like $1,000 one, and you sell it to 200 of the 22,000. That's $200,000. All right, is this working? Let's see. It says it has all this stuff in it. I don't see it. My account, company settings. Oh, okay. I don't see these. Let me just see what it's saying. And what it's doing also, if we're being real here, is it's actually made this for your customer. I personally would use this on the back end because I don't want to get into setting up everything with the customer, but this is cool because you could also conceivably spend a little bit more time with it, maybe even get somebody on Fiverr who can take it to the last mile with some of the things that are harder to do and make it like, maybe pay the Fiverr person $500. And again, I'm talking to people who are like, yeah, I want to do this, and take it even further. And then you're like sending this over to clients. Now you could use Go High Level for something like this. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. But let's just like troubleshoot this a little bit because I think it's helpful for a certain group of people. And I think that certain group of people are the ones who are watching this to this point and are taking notes and are taking note, and are like, yeah, let me do something. It may not be for concrete contractors, but it be for beauty salons? Could it be for sports clubs? Could it be? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. What is it saying? Okay, now it has it. So create manual, save draft, publish, manual details, the title, add section. Okay, and there's templates here. So you preview it. Previewing it, saying it's previewing it, but I don't see that. Sometimes you have to publish it in order to see it all functioning. So you use this template. Oh, I see. Okay. This is so interesting. Um, can you make it for me after a a couple of inputs instead of having me upload everything. See what it says. Let me know if you want to watch more videos of me vibe coding. And vibe coding, if you don't know, it's just a term that tech bros have come up with that means like using platforms like Lovable or Replit or things like this that you're seeing right now on your screen to just kind of talk back and forth to the chat and vibe code, man. It says, I'll make the create manual page AI powered. Well, thank you. So it generates comprehensive content. You see, I'm already getting like entitled with it. Like it's doing actual magic for me. It's actually doing something that 10 years ago I would have cried tears of joy to experience because 10 years ago I didn't have any money or a place to live. And this type of information, this type of opportunity is stunning to me. It's stunning. That's why I get so giddy about it. Even with all the, technical things. Okay, so it's creating some stuff. It's doing some interesting stuff here. Okay, so my whole point, and I hope you're getting this, and I think you do, is that you don't have to be this guru of AI to help bridge the gap for someone else. You could conceivably have your tech stack, essentially, for lack of a better term, could be this AI consult. We may change it back to agency. I don't know yet. OS. I think AI agency OS is like a beautiful, beautiful term. I just don't want to give too much of. I don't want people to think, oh, I have to go out and build like have a bunch of people working for me type of thing. Okay. Anyway, you could have this, which before it becomes 9.99, I would certainly get it at 39, even if you're just thinking about it. You could then also have Prompt Shop in a box, the 600 people or so who already have it, or 560 who are already on it. So 600 people bought it, 560 are on it. They will tell you that you have all of the kind of like the ingredients or the inventory you need with this. So the prompt shop in a box gives you all the inventory and the factory to create more, to manufacture more. You could think of it like that. And you could think of it like the OS, the operating system, is that back end. It's like your storage unit. It is your forklift. It is the computers basically. It's like that kind of back end stuff for if you were thinking about this as a physical location. And then you could join your first 5K if you wanted to, and that helps you a lot with having a community of people who are working on things with you and just having all that support. And all of this is in the link below. Okay, let's go back to it. Anybody else like kind of into this? I'm into this. All right, let's see what it's made for us. So create manual. All right. Concrete, mixer, training instructions. What? Selector. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It just did this for us, y'all. I don't know anything about concrete companies and manuals. It's helping us because of AI. Additional requirements. Okay. Safety protocols and best practices and how to get help when needed. And then let's see if it's already working. It says generation failed. I had a feeling it might do that. Okay, edge function. So what I'm going to do when it says edge function is go here, click on this cloud, and I'm going to go into edge functions, and I'm going to see if there's anything that it can tell us. No, because I haven't like deployed it, so it probably wouldn't have anything there. Okay, I get it. Let's see. Great. I did get an error that said it was not able to generate my manual after I gave it some inputs. It mentioned edge function, but I checked and nothing was there. So it's not only your assistant, but it's also like your tech help. It's your IT person. So it's going to think through, find what's going on, what's happening. And while it's doing that, oh, it already found it. Okay, it's now live and ready. Okay, let's see if it's telling the truth. I'm gonna refresh it up here, and I'm gonna do it again. So concrete mixer training manual, or I don't know, and then mixer, and then I'm gonna put this because I saved it. Press it, see what happens. Is it frozen or is it generating? Now and what does it consider a manual? At this point. Oh wow. Oh, it already has this section. Safety protocol. Welcome to the team. Your safety is our top priority. As a concrete mixer operator, you'll be working in a dynamic environment with inherent risks. Boom. And then the next section, equipment training. And then it gives you the title and the next one. And then you can change the title here. Standard procedure, company policy. What's this? Okay, there's even more. Equipment training, checklist. I guess they're the same thing. Oh, I see. Okay. So they're like kind of the same thing, and you do one at a time. So then do you copy it? Seems like you can move this. I'm kind of confused as to how this works. Says your AI generated manual or for concrete manual. Save, draft, or publish. Let me see if I publish it. It's now available for onboarding. Okay. What happens after I click on manual on publish on the manual itself, not level? I'm like riveted. I was not going to have this video be this long, but I'm riveted. I have to know what happens next. Do you put the word concrete in the comments to let me know you're still here? It says right now it doesn't actually save or persist the manual anywhere. The data only exists in the browser's memory. To make it fully functional, I should add this. I should view your saved manuals, open this. Yep. Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's see what happens. It may ask me to do something. So cool. And again, I'm going to not keep going here, but I'm telling you, if we were able to do this in just a few minutes such a specific niche, what happens when you go over here to ChatGPT and say, tell me 20 industries or types of businesses that I could sell onboarding manuals to? And I'm talking about onboarding manuals. There are like 100 or 1,000 other things we could sell. Automations. These are a lot of done for you kind of stuff. Automations though. So HVAC, plumbing, electricians, roofing, landscaping, pest control. Oh my gosh. If you can find it on Thumbtack or TaskRabbit, you can sell to this industry. Real estate brokers, auto repair shops, security guard companies. Let me just ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. If you're making less than $50,000 a year at the place you work right now, and you're working for somebody else on their time, doing what they tell you to do, getting 2 weeks of vacation and thinking that that is like freedom. No, no shade. But if you're doing that, doesn't it make sense to learn this? And doesn't it make sense to have like 80% of what you need for $39? I think it does. So what it's done here, just so you know, is that it's created this sign in, which would make it pretty cool, to be honest. But I don't want to sign in right now. I'd just like to be able to publish the generated manual. So I'm going to stop that and I'm going to say this. But let's say you spend another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you had it do a sign up, you had it connected to the cloud, it did all the stuff that it instructed you to do, and then that same day, you now have something that you can go out and sell to people. That's the same thing you get with anything here on Plug and Profit. Anything like the hiring OS, you can sell like it's just so much. It's just too cool. So it's still working. Um, I'm riveted, and I will probably spend too much time working on it and never sell the thing. But hey, let me know. Let me know if you want me to add the concrete business, and maybe I'll call it concrete, but it'll be for like, yeah, I might just do concrete and just add it here. Concrete OS. Do you want me to do that? You let me know. All right. I think this has been helpful. I think this is helping you. I, if you're like me, you would want to know what happens next here. So I am going to spend another 2 minutes seeing if it works. Totally not the point of this video and probably will mess with my retention, but I don't care. Why is it saying, oh, 404 error. Tell me in the chat what you're thinking. Oh, this is another thing I had a question about. I was thinking about, you know how I've been doing these live sessions where I've done like 2 hours on the whiteboard teaching, and I've also done like 9 hours of Afro tech interviews and walking around and having people come up to me and asking me questions. Would you be interested in one where I just vibe coded a business? Where I did this essentially, but I did the whole process all the troubleshooting, fix it, and you would have a before and after, basically, with that. Um, yeah, you should navigate to the home page. Oh, I see. Thank you. So it just tells us what to do. Okay, let's go here. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a vibe coding video. It's kind of like this, but it would be the whole video would be from inception to working, a working product, and it would take as long as it took, and I wouldn't do edits necessarily. All right. Oh, and this would be a live. It wouldn't be a video. It'd be live. That would be the kind of the difference about it. Would you want me to do that live and we kind of work together on it? We're going to do this one more time. Mixer, training, and then we're going to select this same role. Maybe we're going to just make it another one like equipment technician. Same thing, generate. And we know that it can generate. Hopefully it didn't go backwards. I think it's going to work this time. I'm knocking wood, but I think it's going to work. I spent a lot of time on Lovable, and so it has these different sections. So what we would do here, safety, equipment, standard procedure. That I guess it's like repeating that one, but all these other ones are different. So then let's say, just for this sake, let's publish it. Okay, and then it said published. Where would I find that? Maybe in the safety library. Maybe in the dashboard. Maybe in the create manual. Click on dashboard to see your published manual. Oh, it's right here. Open manual. Oh, it's right there. It's so close. It's so close, but see, it did it. 7 sections, less than a minute ago. Okay. It's thinking. Look at this list, y'all. Look at this list of who you could. This is all like physical stuff. Like people are, this is just here, you know what I mean? Like it's already there. And you don't have to be like slimy and doing all this cold outreach and weird stuff. You could just like find two, like you could do the same thing I tell you to do with virtual and digital products, but with this. So you go on YouTube, you become the billboard, you make content for people to find you. You do social, you do email list building, you do the same thing you would do. And again, you could add walking up to people and knocking on their door. Like you could go to pest control companies in person, right? But you also you have this advantage of being online and knowing the levers you can take to promote. Okay, fixed. Hey. So we open it and it says these sections. I guess you could just copy and paste it for now. But what I would do, honestly, is I would take another hour or two and I would make this like produce like 50-page PDFs because it's not hard to do that. It's not hard to make it do that. You could do export to, yeah, you can do that. So if you can make it do an export and it gives you like these suggestions too now, which is really cool. But if you can get it to do a PDF, then you could just make it longer. You could just prompt it to be longer and tell it, hey, make it longer. And honestly, too, if I were to do a concrete OS and put it on my plug and profit, I would go through this whole process and that would make it so that when you get it, you do get the crazy outputs. Yeah. So I think we get it now. I'm going to stop sharing. I think we understand what's going on. Let me know like how this goes for you. Let me know which one of these plug-in profit businesses in the box that you pick up, how they've helped you. If you don't know which one to choose, you're like, I am so lost right now. I don't know what to choose, but I do want to choose one. Get Prompt Shop in a box. It has the community aspect to it, and it is one that is so versatile that you can do almost anything with it. And if you see the others that are so precise, you're like, that, I love that. You can pick that up too. All right. I'll see you later. The PDF is rocking. Talk to you soon.